Person gents, welcome to UX, and this is why is no one talking about this? Dot dot. Forgot the third dot. I don't know. This was asmongold TV. Now I know this is meta as fuck because I'm pretty sure Asmon is a reactor amongst many things. I think he's a Twitch guy, right? Yeah, obviously I don't watch Asmon because I don't watch anyone. But I've seen one or two videos of him like a few years ago or something. I don't even know when that was. And I like how he thinks, basically, right? Like nowadays, people are really impulsive. People make judgment instantly. It's like prejudice is much higher, right? Even if they mean good, like yeah. So Asmon is like one of those people who like gives you his thoughts and try to really break it down. It's really hard to pinpoint what he really like believes in something, but it gives balanced take of things, which is interesting. So I don't know much about Asmon. Obviously, people will tell me in the comments. But yeah, somebody told me I should watch it because this is about India, Pakistan, and yeah, recent with the Indian Pakistan things, like I've been angry, right? As you've seen some of my videos where I'm like, okay, Western biases and that. So someone told me like I should watch this, like yeah, first post. So Palki Sarman, she's good, right? When it covering things, obviously she has some bias towards India because she's Indian, right? So, but yeah, like she tries to like gives you facts, right? Like try to give you like links and everything. So yeah, that's. I guess it's gonna be about Balochistan and Pakistan because I can see that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, so this is meta as fuck, like I said. Yeah, even our mics are similar, but okay, let's do this one. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I wish I would do tomorrow. If you want me to do any other reaction, comment down. Yeah, any type of like I do. My genre is pretty wide. Like I do many different type of reactions. So comment down if you want to do any one. Yeah, let's watch it.
We gotta get to, by the way, we haven't even gotten to that Trump shit with the Qatar. We gotta get over to that.
Oh yeah, he did go there, right?
There is a war raging in Pakistan.
Plane was gifted.
Sorry, fucking piece of shit audio.
There is a war raging in Pakistan, one that does.
Is he playing video game music in the background, or is he playing video game and he's minimized it?
Doesn't make it to primetime news, but it is real and it is brutal. It is not a war against India or Afghanistan. It is a war against Pakistan's own people. I'm talking about Balochistan, a region that has been burning for decades. Pakistan's army once.
I like his chest. Like, what the fuck is Balochistan? This Twitch thing is really interesting. Like you can connect to people live and all that. I really don't know how Twitch works. So yeah, I didn't know like people did react and everything. I thought it was just for video games. But apparently it's about people connecting, I guess.
Feared is now struggling here. They are unable to hold ground in their own country. So
This reminds me of that anecdote about how no Pakistan prime minister has ever served out his full term.
It's not an anecdote. You can look it up. Anecdote implied like like it's just someone's opinions, like it's not verified. It's verified, like yeah, like none of them like really finishes the term, which is like next level shit.
Man.
let me tell you about the war that Pakistan does not want the world to see. Balochistan is Pakistan's largest province. It makes up 44% of their land. It is rich in minerals like gold, copper, and oil.
I didn't know that.
It is at the heart of China's multi-billion-dollar pet project, CPEC, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Okay.
So Balochistan is wealthy. But for the Baloch people, this wealth has been a curse. The province remains the poorest in Pakistan. People do not have schools or hospitals. Do you know what they have? They have checkposts, army convoys, and forced disappearances. Thousands of Balochis have vanished, kidnapped, tortured, and killed.
What?
Hundreds of women have been raped. Pakistan's army calls it counter-terrorism, but let's call a spade a spade. This is oppression by the Pakistani army. And the Baloch are no longer complaining.
Can you guys believe that they're doing this?
Yeah.
You guys believe that?
100%.
Yeah? Yeah, me too. I can believe this.
They're fighting
100%.
back. The Baloch Liberation Army, or the BLA, is leading the charge. They have been on an attacking spree. Let me show you some numbers. The BLA carried out 71 attacks in 1 week. 71 attacks in 1 week. This was across 51 locations in Balochistan. Their main target was the Pakistani army. Military convoys were ambushed. Posts were destroyed and captured, and a gas pipeline operated by China was blown up.
What the fuck?
All in the last 1 week. Last Saturday, the BLA even captured a city.
This is... Wait, I didn't even know this was happening.
Exactly why I was pissed off. Like, you know, as you already know, like, I consume more Western media than I consume my own country's media. This is why when I speak, people are like, why you using different accent? This is not different accent. This is how I speak. I'm not trying to be weird here, but then again, like, I will always consume more Western media than anything else. I listen to Western songs, Western movies more than anything else. Like, yeah, so sometimes I even have a hard time pronouncing my own local language, but like I do English fine. Like that's the level I'm at right now, right? And I've been like this since I was a kid. Because I never liked all the Bollywood shit and all that. Like, maybe sometimes it's good, but yeah. So, you know, like, I've been watching, like, I don't know, like, Stephen Colbert last week tonight, even Bill Maher and something. Like, sometimes I check it out. Not a single one of them talked about India-Pakistan war. It's not just some Middle Eastern country who's always at war. India is a major power. Pakistan, you know, like, it doesn't matter how much I shit on Pakistan. Pakistan is also not some Middle Eastern country. It's still Pakistan, a nuclear power. You're not going to talk about this war? This war was significant. People think the Ukraine-Russia war is a modern significant war, and it is. But Ukraine is basically nothing. Ukraine doesn't even have navy. Ukraine relies on its allies just to, like, constantly feed its supply. Otherwise, Ukraine would be completely screwed. Putin literally just walked his ass all the way to, you know, Kyiv at the start. Pakistan and India, doesn't matter how bad condition Pakistan is not that bad. And India is a giant in a lot of ways. Like, it, you know, basically was proven recently. You know, like, near nuclear shit happened, right? Like, Pakistan Prime Minister actually called for nuclear meeting, like the people who organized like nuclear thing before the peace talk started, right? Before the ceasefire talk started. Before India bombed their nuclear facility area, unconfirmed and all that shit. But they're like, oh, we have to like do the ceasefire. This shit happened. And not a single mention. Like, if every time people talk about like, oh, there is a like this Western media, the left side always, liberals always suppresses this and that. I'm like, oh, come on, that's exaggerated. No way, like anyone would be that blatant. This is probably right-wing people being too extreme. No, that's not the case. It's becoming clear and clear. Like, there is a major Western bias. They just don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't get, like, what's the point? Why not talk about it? Does this feel like one of those things, like, you're just going to piss your left-wing people who thinks little people are some, like, how, you know, Hamas and, like, how they are little people, right? Like, you know, like how Israel is basically doing all this. Israel does fucked up thing, right? I'm not denying that. But, like, this whole movement, like, oh, Hamas is a freedom fighters. No, they are not. They're a terrorist organization. They're blowing up shit. They're doing heinous shit. So this is one of those things like, oh, if we talk anything bad about Pakistan or anything terrorist attack related, like, people are going to be pissed off, so let's not talk about it. That's some next level shit if that's the case.
This is
crazy. These are not isolated incidents. The BLA is mounting sustained and heavy costs on Pakistan's army. In the month of March, the BLA hijacked a train with 400 passengers on board. They held it for 36 hours. Pakistan lost a lot of troops in that operation, and their losses are only growing. Last year, more than 1,000 Pakistani
Are they going to cut Pakistan in half again?
Troops were killed in Balochistan in attacks by the BLA. This is a...
And they think they can attack India, really? There is not a single group or any type of group can take over an Indian city. Shit would hit the fan really fast. Too many like paramilitaries and like organizations basically swarm the city and take it back. That would never happen. They would even reach that point. That's India. India is stable enough in that level.
Full-blown rebellion, and it's escalating. The latest target are the Chinese, or foreign settlers, as the Baloch people call them.
They are.
62 Chinese nationals have been killed in the last 4 years. All of them were working for the CPEC,
China's
the
not pissed off?
Economic Corridor. So why is Pakistan's army losing on their own turf? Well, for multiple reasons. First, The insurgency has evolved. The BLA is not a ragtag force anymore. They are organized, sophisticated, and relentless. They've got suicide squads and snipers. Every attack is recorded on video. Some are even live streamed. So that.
What?
So the Pakistani government, like, you would think that for all the footage that they put out about video games, they'd understand what stream sniping is, but apparently not.
That is point one, the BLA.
Oh, what the yeah, man.
Second reason.
Thank you, Asmon, to remind me. Pakistan put out armor footage. Oh, look at that. We shoot down a lot of, like, I don't even know what the claim was about India, and it was on armor footage. After that, how can anyone take you seriously at all? What are you? I don't even know what to say. Like, are you even like an organization or some respected pillar or something? Oh, we are the military. We are the government of Pakistan. Like, you're putting armor footage. I don't even know what to say after that, man.
The army's heavy-handed tactics. Islamabad's response has been bloody. More troops, more force, more abductions, more torture. Pakistan's actions in Balochistan are not counter-insurgency. It is a human rights disaster. And it is backfiring. The people of Balochistan no longer want the army. So what does Islamabad do? It accuses India. It calls the BLA an Indian proxy. No proof, no evidence.
Right.
Just
They've been saying
baseless
that for a long
accusations.
enough time now.
Pakistan is failing to address the real issue here.
Yeah, they've been saying that for past few years by now, right? Like, India started to like claim like, okay, Pakistan is funding terrorism and attacks on India. They're like, I'm gonna reverse you. Like, oh, by the way, you're funding Balochistan because we have that issue here. Really? Okay, what element of proof you even have, even close to proof that India is doing that? Does India have history, like a CIA have history of like basically like funding different countries because of the Cold War? No, India never was like Cold War level shit. India never did all that thing. India doesn't have history of doing that. Okay, is India extremists who fund like terrorist organization because of some ideology? No, India doesn't do that shit. So in which universe it even makes sense that India would do that? Okay, what's the benefit of Pakistan weakens? If Pakistan weakens, India is more threatened. Because now there is like a broke-ass madman with a nuclear weapons. India doesn't want that. India doesn't want Pakistan to be broke. I know people are like, oh, okay, India will like, okay, what end? This is geopolitics. If your neighbor country completely collapses, either it becomes a proxy of China, or it basically comes to a point where it just threatens nukes to everyone. There, like whatever like ministers say, like, oh, if we are threatened, we are gonna like nuke everyone. Not India, everyone. This is the level should be talking about. Why would India do that? India's economy is growing faster. Of all the major nations, India's economy is growing fastest, right? But of the major nations. I know there's like some African countries who are like growing faster, but I'm talking about in the top scale level. India's economy is growing the fastest. Right now it's the 5th. It's going to become 4th in just 2 years. Throwback Japan or something, right? It's Japan? Yeah, it's Japan. And then in few years, it's going to throw back Germany and become 3rd, right? And now it's the 3rd country after China. So, yeah, like India is at this scale, right? Like I experience it every day. 10 years ago, India was not this rich. Now I see things everywhere. Like sometimes even I wonder how the fuck people have this much money. Like at level of shit I see on the road, right? Just the level of vehicles people have. It's just like, yeah, SUVs are too common now. Like people can just afford like costly SUVs because that's the trend. India has SUV trend, by the way. Why would buy anything else than SUVs, big ass SUVs? Because it's safer. Indians are fucked up. How to solve that? Let's buy big SUVs. We can afford it. That's the level we're talking about. So India doesn't want Pakistan to be broke like that. So this claim doesn't even make sense. People just say shit because it feels true to them.
So is this, I'm just hearing about this right now, but this seems like there's like an area in this country that is very rich in resources, and the people that are living there are not only not having those resources shared with them, but they are being funneled back to the central government and the central area in the country where the people, yeah, they want independence. Yeah, exactly, right? And so Ukraine 2.0, I don't know. I mean, I would not make that assumption. I've only watched this for a few minutes. Exactly, Balochistan, yeah, it's being funneled in.
Okay, how is that Ukraine 2.0? Are you talking about Soviet Union when Ukraine split up? I don't know.
To China, yeah, and so they're doing this through, and I'm assuming these military convoys are to suppress any form of fighting back. So is this an example where, like, and also, how is so the Pakistani military, they can't even figure out this counterinsurgency group even while they're live streaming?
Baloch people have been neglected, they have been marginalized, and they are furious.
Yeah,
And all
that
of
sucks.
this is making China quite nervous. Like I said, China has lost engineers and equipment to BLA attacks. Their pet project CPEC is struggling to take off. Billions of dollars are at stake. So China is asking the tough questions. They want to deploy their own security in Balochistan. Clearly, even the Chinese do not trust Pakistan's army. Where is
They never did. They never did. Like, look, man, India would bitch slap Pakistan over and over again a million times, and every single time is just, the result's going to be the same. China is completely different thing, right? If India versus China happens, I don't want to know the results. Something has to happen because toe to toe, India can't go against China. Some geographical advantages, sure, like Himalayas, like what's China going to do? But China is at that level, right? Like China is not a joke, right? And when when Pakistan, they say they basically see Pakistan's military, of course they're gonna be like, you know what, like this shit's not gonna work. Whatever you're doing is not gonna work. Like, okay, we need to put our people there.
does that leave Pakistan? Their army can keep launching operations. Azam-e-Ishtikam, or whatever they call it next. But Balochistan is a political crisis, not a military one.
I have never seen as much of a
think it's both,
generational
right?
hater as this woman is towards Pakistan. This
No,
is
no.
actually like this is some Kendrick Lamar, they not like us shit.
You haven't
Like
seen anything.
this is impressive.
Economic
You haven't seen anything. Like, I've been watching her video. Like, she's not just Pakistan hater. Is any topic hater. Like I said, she would be biased for India because she's an Indian reporter, right? Even though she does call out a lot of shit. Like, there was a guy, you know, that guy basically who's trying to de-age, right? Who just looks like a vampire. Like, what the fuck? But he's trying to de-age, right? He's like 40 years old, but looks like 30 or something. He came to India and he just left the podcast like, fuck, this air is killing me. So fucked up air, and just ran back to US and like just said like, oh, I couldn't take it. She talked about it. I'm like, oh, here it comes. She's gonna rip him up basically. She's gonna talk about something and just attack him. Nope. She said he's right. Indian air is fucked up, and what are we doing, man? India has to do something about it. She didn't attack him. She's like, oh, he's right. Indian air is fucked up. But like, so it's not like, okay, she's just completely biased against with India and against everyone. No. She basically talks like that about India as well. But obviously, there's going to be ratio where she's more defending India than anything else because it's covering India-related news. So she's, whether it's a USA, some European country, Pakistan, she'll basically attack everyone. She's not just going back. Like, if there is a element where she can attack, she'll just like basically throw bars, right? Not just attack in simple way, but same shit like this. This is why she become too famous. She was part of some, I think it's Wion, the WION. That was the news where she was before. And she left and came to this new First Post one. And now this channel has like 8 million subscribers. A year ago, they probably had something like less than 1 million or something. All because of her.
economic exclusion, political suppression, and human rights abuses. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
And that means the rebellion will only get bolder. No amount of bullets can silence a people fighting for their dignity.
Well, why don't they just, I mean, wouldn't it just be, I mean, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking about this logically. Wouldn't it just be easier to give them some of the money and then you wouldn't have to spend the money sending the military over to stop them from getting mad? Because why wouldn't you just build the hospital and say, okay, well, there you go. All right, shut the fuck up.
No, stupid. Don't you using logic here? Who does that? Logic at global stage? With geopolitics? What? No. Throw resources in military to suppress them, even if it means it drains all our coffers. Use common sense? What? This is like uncharted territory at that point. Yeah. He has a good point there, right? Like if these people, an entire region of Pakistan is unhappy, try to make them happy. 90% of them becomes happy and they're just like back off. Whatever 10% is left, you can call them extremists and try to suppress them. This way it weeds out, right? In India there was a Khalistani movement, whatever, right? Something happened, right? I don't know what, but like India please state of Punjab or whatever. But most Punjabis like, yeah, we are Indian, we are patriotic, we don't want to leave India. Very small portion of those people like, oh no, like they're throwing tantrum like we want our Khalistan. It's like, okay, 10 of you cannot just claim that, but most of the Punjab doesn't want to do that. They ran to Canada and since been doing some kind of like, terrorist attack on India, right? Blowing up Canadian planes or something with Canadian on it, and Canada doesn't care. So that kind of shit like, okay, Khalistanis are terrorists in that way. Why? Because they don't represent most of the Punjab. They just want their shit. They're becoming extreme about it. They're doing attack, right? There's a reason why Gandhi didn't blow up shit. Gandhi said if somebody slaps you one cheek, put front the other cheek forward. Kill them with kindness. That's what Gandhi did. Gandhi didn't blow up shit, right? So there's like a way of doing things. If you're blowing up shit like, and they're like, I'm a rebel. No, it's not really rebel. Like now you're terrorizing people. Even if your cause is right at that point, like, come on. So that's the Khalistani thing. People like make this like, okay, India is like kind of, Indian people are supporting this Balochistan thing. What about Khalistan? It's not the same thing. Balochistan, the whole region that is pissed off. Not few people, entire fucking region. Because Pakistan doesn't treat them right. Just treat them right, man. Again, you don't have money and resources. Like you can spread evenly, at least show them like, okay, we are all broke, but at least we're equally, doing things. If that's the case, they'll back off. But if you don't do that, you can't cry after that if those people rebel against you. You can't just like throw military at that and just like, okay, this like straight out of the Hollywood now. Checkpost and everything. Right? What was that like? Black Adam, right? Rock's movie, the superhero movie, where there are checkpoints and people are just like suppressing everyone. That's the shit we're talking about here.
Like, I feel like that would solve like, yeah, yeah, what a good line. Yeah, exactly, right? Just give them some of the money. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, fine. Then stop it. And then most of them would probably stop it, and that'd be it.
What are you, child? There is no common sense.
Pakistan is fighting a war with itself.
Balochistan announced independence today.
Yeah.
And it's losing this one.
What?
Yeah, they did. Again, that didn't make the news. Like, okay.
No way.
Wait a minute. How did he just type that? They have a flag, by the way.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know. You understand? You're now underestimating Pakistan's military, but you gave him huge credit a few days ago for knowing where Osama was. Well, of course they knew where he was because they were working with him probably. What do you mean? And also, they're asking for a server transfer. And and also, by the way, oh, that one doesn't look like the other flag. That's not. Oh, they've got their own flag now? Oh, it's over, boys. Server transfer is crazy. That's a better flag? I don't know, guys. Is it?
Pakistan flag is just like one green color because it's like symbolism with Islamic culture or something, right? With the star, and there is meaning behind it. This flag has multiple colors, already going with tricolor. India has tricolor. A lot of countries have tricolor, so just trying to do that, I guess. I don't know.
Balochistan declare independence from Pakistan.
From the clutches of the nefarious designs of Pakistan. Not easy to extricate yourself from the clutches of the nefarious designs of Pakistan?
Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much. I don't think so. Like we have a comrade like Amar Masud.
So there's a new country that came out today.
I mean, not technically, because you can't just claim independence. Like, you need someone to recognize you. It's like if somebody doesn't recognize you, you don't exist type of shit. Like, yeah. Everybody treats you invisible, you are invisible. That's what happens, I guess, in geopolitics at the global level. I don't know. That's why they're later to like India and like UN, like, okay, recognize us. I don't know if India is going to do that because that would be antagonize Pakistan even more. Like, ceasefire just happened. And more than that, like, I don't know, they might cause more issue. UN, yeah, UN never give a shit about any of that. Like, okay, even when the war was going, they're like, okay, fine, Pakistan can have $1 billion even if it funds the war. So like, yeah, UN is just, is Asia, South Asia, who cares? They don't even think about it. So I don't think UN is going to do anything with that. So I don't know how that's going to work. It would be really ballsy move if India just come out and say like, yeah, we recognize Balochistan. Like, that would definitely break the ceasefire. Like, that's some next level shit.
Yeah, it got shadow dropped. I didn't even know this happened.
Oblivion and Balochistan at the same time.
And we have many, not
Wow.
only here, but we have many in the ground. And the people, they are fighting for their motherland in the mountain. I don't think so. It's not 1971. It's not, 1950 and the 45, something like that,
Damn.
Now, if you do something like you did with the Bengalis in 1971, not only Baloch people, not only other people, but international media and international organization will grab you from here. Because
It's hard to understand what he's saying. We're gonna move on to something else. Just it's hard to
Great,
understand
what
he's
is it?
saying. So this is it. Wow. Isn't this crazy? There's an entirely new country that got added. This is a massive patch. It's not even on here. Christmas?
Yeah.
It's fucking May.
The foreign minister of India, Jaisankar, once said to Western countries in general, like, West have this mentality that West's problems are world's problem, but world's problems are not West's problems. So whenever shit happens, like, that doesn't really, like, matter to West them, or they won't even like acknowledge it. Like, those like children, who cares? Like, look at them do that thing, right? Like, they won't even talk about it, the Western media or like anything. But if something happens, like, okay, let's say Ukraine, Russia, they'll pressure everyone. Oh, India, do something. Break your alliance with Russia. Just like, this is your problem as well. Okay, nobody's even talking about this. Nobody's talking about India versus Pakistan. Like, you see the double standards here, right? There are times like that people pull out Pikachu face, like, okay, why are India is not involved? Why is India is not condemning this and that? Like, why are you not condemning Pakistan attack? Why are you not condemning Pakistan terrorism? Why are you not talking about this Balochistan thing? Like,
They're not even talking about this. They announced equal rights for women. Guys. Oh, man. Where's Pakistan when you need him? Yeah, anyway, no, but it's not even on here. Isn't that insane? News. What about news?
I don't get it. Aren't this, Muslim as well, Islamic? Because whenever, like, the Islam religion is concerned, isn't there like certain laws and like things are put inside Quran that they have to work in certain way? So equal rights for women, doesn't that like collide there? There's a reason why Pakistan and every other Islamic countries kind of have similar type of things. It's because that's how religion is set up. So they are not religious. Is that what the case is? Because that would be like, I highly doubt that.
Oh my God. It doesn't even exist. Western media is suppressing it so much. I don't get it.
It's not suppressing.
The new
Just, they
leadership
don't
is now
care.
is seeking diplomatic recognition and support from India and the international community. An appeal from India and Baloch in recognition of free and independent Balochistan. Your Excellency, we, the members of Baloch Warfare Association India, write to you as Indian Balochs, descendants of a proud and ancient nation whose homeland Balochistan remains under occupation and oppression. Over 7 decades, this is ever since, I guess, probably World War II, the people from Balochistan have been subjected to relentless atrocities by the Pakistani state, including enforced disappearances, military operations, resource exploitation, and a systematic cultural suppression. These actions amount to crimes against humanity and continue to threaten the survival of the Baloch identity. As Pakistan citizens of Baloch heritage, we appeal to the government of India to take a principled and bold step in recognizing free Balochistan as an independent state.
That's not gonna happen.
Such recognition will not only uphold the democratic values that India cherishes, but also reaffirm India's historical and cultural ties with the Baloch people. We also want the United Nations to Bro, Trump has the opportunity to do the funniest thing.
Never
Can you
gonna
imagine
happen.
that?
I can't.
Bro, like, if he did that shit, that would be fucking funny.
Yeah, Trump is extreme, but like this would antagonize Pakistan. This would antagonize China because of Pakistan. He's never doing that. Not to mention he's currently like having this kind of, oh, by the way, I broke the ceasefire with India and Pakistan. Because I don't know, he wants Nobel or something. So he's not going to jeopardize that. Yeah, he's not doing this. As far as India, again, like India is not going to antagonize Pakistan. It risks breaking the ceasefire and like causing more issue. They still have nukes, whether they work or not doesn't matter. They still have nukes. Not to mention it would give reason to China to get pissed off as well. Like China doesn't have any reason. If China does get pissed off right now, people are like, why are you caring so much? But if India recognize this, like, yeah, China will get involved. And India can't have that. That would be disastrous.
And yeah, if he's like, yeah, this is definitely, announce it. Yeah, pronounce it, like, take it seriously. Recognizing an independent Balochistan is essential to bring lasting peace to the region, ending the decades of suffering. Isn't this crazy, guys? Isn't this fucking insane? This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this. It has.
You know what? First post has like near like what is it, 8 million subscriber. You think, oh, that's because of Indians. Yeah, but she speaks English. You'd be surprised how many people like they can understand English somewhat. They can speak English, but they're not that fluent. So when you have English speaking channels, usually like at least half of them are going to be Western. So most of her views, or at least half the views, is probably from Western side. So a lot of Western people watches her channel, right? First post, like Europeans, Americans. So this is kind of like leaking that, even if like mainstream media is not covering.
800,000 views.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've never heard of Balochistan, but it's nearly Pakistan's map size. Yeah. Oh my God. This is insane. Baloch people need more coverage. Balochistan is an independent country just like India. They just want their nation back. All solidarity to the Baloch people from Egypt. Freedom is not given, it's snatched. Oh, fuck. Wow. Never won a war, never lost an election. Pakistan Army.
That's, yeah.
God. Bro,
Never
that's
finished
insane.
the term as well.
Not sure if you know, but the IMF just gave $2.1 billion to Pakistan the day before the ceasefire was announced. Yeah, I did know that. And beggars can't be choosers. Holy shit, man. Let's welcome the soon-to-be country, Balochistan. Wow.
I highly doubt that.
I don't know, guys. I feel like this is, like, for me, am I crazy in saying that this is one of those moments where, like, I see this, and this is one of those points where I think this is a... Let me think of a good way to say it. This is a point where, like, you've got to realize how much of a bubble our media is.
Yeah. Seriously.
We didn't even hear about this shit at all. Yeah, we didn't even know about this. Another history. Yeah, this is like, because the first one, remember I told y'all it was about Syria, right? Like Syria was like that point for me, because I remember I was playing PoE 2, and I was on the phone with my friend, and he was showing me some shit. Actually, I was on a Discord call with my friend, and he was showing me some shit from Syria, like videos like his family took from there, and I was like, what the fuck? And so he's showing me this shit, and then yeah, PoE 2, yeah, Elon's game, yeah, Elon's game, and anyway. Which side will Hassan support? I have no idea. Do a video about that now. Yeah, and this is the next example.
Who?
This is the next one right here. Something that I literally had no fucking idea about until 5 minutes ago. Wow.
Okay, I am surprised by Asmon's take here. Like, he's actually consuming the media that is out there, consuming the news and making his mind up based on that. Because most of the Western media, like outside Enforce and everybody, just like, oh, India's equally like, like effed up as Pakistan. Oh, by the way, Pakistan is right. Pakistan did missile attack a lot of Indian places. Like, insanely fake news out there. Oh, Pakistan destroyed S-400 of Indian base. Prime Minister literally next day, Modi went to that place, had S-400 in the background and talked, just silently just giving like, that's the S-400, the one you supposedly destroyed. It's like, you can't give more of a proof than that shit. And people are still like, oh, Pakistan is true. And people just like, like Western media, like many channels I've seen, Enforce and other, like, we can't really verify it. Pakistan is a liar, but so is India is a liar. In which element? Did you watch some Indian news and they just give you clickbait and you just think that India is lying now? India is a democratic country. It's a free country. People can make news channels and just like have the Fox and, what is it, CNN level shit, where they have their own biases and talk shit. Did Indian government or Indian military lie to you? No, they didn't. They actually gave proof. When they were asked, like, did Rafale shot down? They basically said, like, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how pilots were saved and we completed our objective. They could have said, no, all Rafales are fine. They're just there. They didn't say that, implying Rafales did get shot down. Indian military doesn't lie like that. It's unprofessional as shit. So just like, yeah, so I'm surprised that Asmon is not one of those people. I'm surprised because I usually just have this like, oh, it's just going to be like, that kind of, but no, this is what I was saying. Like, I remember watching Asmon's 1-2 reaction a few years ago, and it's just like, yeah, he thinks critically, and he gets flack for that as well. But yeah, you know what, respect, man, seriously, respect for actually recognizing this shit. Well, that was why is no one talking about this? Yeah, because Western bias is heavy, the bubble is heavy, right? And I'm not trying to attack West in general, but like they've been like kind of like this, and it's not like, oh, they're trying to suppress. It's like they don't care. Like I said, West problem is world's problem. World's problem is not West problem. That's the mentality. Oh, who cares? Balochistan, India, Pakistan, who cares? That's the mentality. So yeah. All right. I'll see you next time.